Welcome to Aston University Sixth Form's virtual presentation evening. Whether you're watching this as part of our presentation open evening or at a later stage, it is my warm pleasure as CEO and Executive Principal to welcome you to the Sixth Form. As we take you through this evening, we're going to take you through a short presentation of slides to explain about the process of joining us in Aston University Sixth Form as part of the UTC, and also some fundamental information about life in the Sixth Form, but also giving you some advice and help in terms of the myriad of different courses that exist at the moment around post-16 education. And it may be quite a nervous point to think that you're approaching your GCSEs and you may not have any idea about what exactly you want to do, certainly maybe for Sixth Form, and especially after you finish at Sixth Form and thinking about things such as apprenticeships or university or employment. But hopefully at the end of this presentation, with myself and my colleague, the Assistant Principal, Kathy Benny, in charge of all the Sixth Form, will give you a little bit of a flavour and hopefully some ideas. And I would really encourage you to actually come to us and speak to us and contact us by email as well if you have any questions at all from this presentation. So introducing people from who are part of this journey for you, there's myself, Daniel Lockweeton, as the CEO and Executive Principal. I've had the privilege of being here now for 13 years and I have responsibility of running the UTC, but also the maths school. You'll have a chance to meet Mr. Chapman, who is the head teacher, the principal in charge of the University Technical College. Miss Bedney, who is the Assistant Principal in charge of the whole of the Sixth Form, and probably most importantly is Helen Walklett. And Helen Walklett is the Admissions Manager, and she's the person who sits at the end of your communications, be it phone, be it via email or by Applica, there to help and support you during this process. So this evening, and as part of our virtual presentation, whenever you may be watching this, we're going to be taking you through the idea of, what is it around your post-16 choices, where the information is around where our students go on to, and importantly, what makes us different as Aston University Sixth Form. A key part of what makes up our entity in terms of our organisation and the Aston University STEM Education Academy Trust is the Engineering Academy, from students all the way through from 13 years old. Our Sixth Form, which has over 800 students from across the whole of Birmingham and the West Midlands, travel here as a centre of excellence for technical education. We have our brand new Goldsmiths Institute, which I'll mention shortly, and really crucially one for you to consider, with incredible pathways into employment at the end and apprenticeships. And we have the Mathematics School as well. The Mathematics School is a key new part of our Academy Trust, and though if you're not here on the actual open evening to actually see it in action, I'm really pleased to say there are multiple opportunities for you to come and find out more about our maths school. The website is www.aums.ac.uk, and there'll be links made available off this video as well for you to click and to find out more information. And hopefully we've also seen you maybe in your local school as our colleagues head out to tell you more about why this is a centre of excellence for high-level mathematics and computing and science as well. So please do get in contact and find out more about becoming part of the Aston University Mathematics School. The Goldsmiths Institute is really important to mention. The Goldsmiths Institute is part of Aston University Sixth Form. It is there as a development programme for jewellery and business, giving you the very best of both subjects to enable you to go on to incredible employment within Birmingham's jewellery quarter. That doesn't mean actually serving at the shops, it actually means in terms of helping supporting and leading and designing and manufacturing the very best of the UK's jewellery and supporting their businesses. I'm delighted to say that this year we've got a brand new scholarship fund for this course, and if you're one of the students that apply and join this course, you'll be eligible up to a £1,000 scholarship on top of any student bursary you may get for being part of this course. The course is directly supported by the Goldsmiths Centre in London. And again, if you're here on the open evening, that's fantastic. Please do go and see the Goldsmiths Institute. But if not, please do get in contact with us through our website, and you can come at any point and see the incredible work that you get to do as part of the Goldsmiths Institute. So all of our locations are based around the Aston University campus, and we're very fortunate to have two key buildings. One Lister, home for our University Technical College, including our lower school students from year 9 all the way through to year 11, as well as our sixth form, and our two Lister building which I'm currently based in now, which is where we have all of our T-level post-16 provision and also the Aston University Mathematics School. One of the key things at the moment is the amount of information on the news and sometimes confusing information that's coming from the government and the Department for Education about lots of changes happening at post-16, and that you might have heard such things as a curriculum area review or a new post-16 curriculum and options and review across the UK, and even something called V-levels, and there's been lots of talk about V-levels, and you may only just be hearing about something called T-levels, which we will talk to you about tonight. So what I wanted just to say is, first of all, in terms of V-levels, don't worry. V-levels aren't even out here. In fact, you'd have to be at least in year 10, probably year 9, to actually even consider what V-levels are, because they won't start until at least 27, and if not 28. So the good news is you can put V-levels out of the way. But we do then have this world now where we've got qualifications such as BTECs, and we are the centre of excellence here in the West Midlands, in fact arguably nationally, for BTECs in engineering, and I'm delighted to say they're running this year, and it's the last year they're running through, and really important to get those qualifications now, and they will continue to go on, which is fantastic for your qualification. A-levels, and you'll see in our booklets and our information we share, are really bespoke and discrete A-levels we have around our STEM subjects. The new AAQs, which are effectively a similar, in fact often they're called BTECs now as well, and these are advanced applied qualifications allowing you a bit more focus into technical areas, and you'll see we've got those in terms of cyber and computing and AI, but also in areas of applied science and medical science. They're also designed by the government as well to be a very popular option to combine with an A-level. So for example, you may say a student wanting to go down an IT base and look at an AAQ in IT, an AAQ in cyber and an A-level in computing. Or likewise, somebody interested in doing A-level biology, AAQ medical science and also AAQ applied science. And then we have T-levels. T-levels are definitely the new premier course. They are absolutely an A-level standard course, and the first year of your course is predominantly A-level content, and it's assessed through exams like A-level. The second year is assessed more like the BTEC or the AAQ through your assignments and through your project-based work, and most importantly through your placements. And you have to do up to 45 days in placements in major employers, and we support in that process, and we have a whole team dedicated to working with you to get the very best placements, support your career. And many of our students actually go on to get employed with those employers that they're part of as part of their placement. And then apprenticeship sits alongside that, and for many of our students it's a key destination of where they want to go after they've finished in the sixth form. And I'm pleased to say we have 10 times the regional average of students going into apprenticeships. So it's been my pleasure to talk to you this evening and as part of our virtual presentations. My name is Daniel Wheaton, I'm the CEO, and I'd welcome the opportunity to answer any further questions you have, either on the evening or, importantly, at any future point, please do reach out to the admissions@auea.co.uk to find out more, and to, even if you want, a principal's or CEO tour around our building. I'm delighted to hand across to our assistant principal, Kathy Bedney, who leads on all of our sixth form.
Hello, my name's Kathy Bedney and I am the Assistant Principal of the Sixth Form. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more in detail about our curriculum offer. Our pathways fall within 5 different areas that underpin our ethos as a sixth form, and that's within business, health and science and engineering. Students can choose to do A-levels within the elite and academic routes. The list of A-levels will be on your screen. Students in the elite pathway can choose up to 4 of those A-levels to study, and within that elite pathway there is also the option to study a T-level aerospace, which includes mechanical with A-level maths alongside it. The academic pathway allows students to follow 3 A-levels, and again from the same list of A-levels available. For those pathways, students are required to have a certain GCSE average point score. For the elite pathway, we expect students to have at least a 7+ average point score, including certain grades for certain subjects. For example, to do maths, the student needs to have at least a 7 in maths, and to do further maths, a student requires at least an 8. Those specific subject requirements are also required for the other A-level pathways in the academic route. Students can also choose to follow our T-level pathway. Again, these T-levels are offered within our 3 areas of business, health and engineering. You can see that there are a number of different T-levels, and these are really exciting courses which include a 45-day placement within industry. These courses also involve exams as well as assignments. Students who would like to do a T-level need to have a GCSE average point score of a 5.5, including a 5 in maths and English. Then we move on to our elite professional and professional pathways. Historically, these pathways would have been our BTEC pathways. However, with all of the changes, we have made some changes to this offer. Within the elite professional, within business, you have the T-level options that are available. For health, we have introduced a brand new package course, to allow students the route to go into the health industry, for example, into radiography. This course is an AAQ in medical science, an AAQ in applied science, and an A-level biology or psychology alongside that. That pathway will sit really nicely for students to go into university, as I said, within a health industry career. In our engineering options, we offer the BTEC Level 3 Extended Diploma, and as you may know, that studied alongside an A-level maths is really favourable for some of the top industries and top businesses with engineering. We also offer BTEC Level 3 Extended Certificate in Engineering, which is worth 1 A-level alongside 2 A-levels of the student's choice. Again, the A-levels are from the list of A-levels already displayed. In addition, we have a brand new course again in cyber security, which is a rapidly growing industry. So this course will be very, very popular. That is an AAQ in IT, an AAQ in cyber security, alongside an A-level of the student's choice. The average point scores for these courses can vary depending on the weight of the course. So if the course is worth 4 A-levels, equivalent to 4 A-levels, for example, the BTEC Extended Diploma plus an A-level, the average point score would be a 6.5 or above. For a course that has equivalents to 3 A-levels, so for example, an AAQ in IT, an AAQ in cyber security, plus 1 other A-level, the average point score is a 6+. In our professional column, that is where we offer the BTEC Extended Engineering route. Level 3, we do the extended route as well as the diploma. The average point scores for both of those courses are slightly different because the level 3 extended course is worth 3 A-levels. Students will require at least a 4.8 to get onto that course. Students who are applying for a BTEC level 3 diploma, which is worth 2 A-levels, students will require at least a 3.8 for that course. That's a lot of information there. I do advise you to go onto our website just to see these courses in more detail. We offer, like I said, many T-level options that are really exciting courses. I mentioned the 45-day placement, and we are potentially also offering a health option as well within the science T-level option. We're really proud here at Aston University Sixth Form of the social mobility support that we provide our students. Just because our students may live in a socially deprived area does not mean they cannot go on to achieve great things. Subsequently, our students, after completing their courses here, go on to actually fantastic destinations, which I will talk to you in more detail further in the video. Our destination data, is something that as a school we are really proud of. We go into a number of different industries, a number of different partners in all sorts of STEM areas. So we've got the science, technology, engineering and maths. We know what we are doing is right for the community and for the country because there is a shortage within engineering and technology. It's an area that is predicted to grow at least the fastest growing area by 2030, with a significant increase in demand for green engineering and jobs requiring green skills. Our students follow into these areas and they fill these gaps, ensuring that they go on to getting excellent jobs and careers out of their education. Our destination data is something that we are very proud of. Our main university our students go into is Aston University, and approximately 40% of our students go to Aston University once they completed their level 3 studies here. Regarding Russell Group, we saw a big increase in our students last year who go to Russell Group universities. Around 25% of our students who went to university went to a Russell Group university. That is above the national average, which is around 17%. In 2024, 100% of our AUEA grammar school equivalent students progressed to a Sutton Trust 30 university. When I say a grammar school equivalent students, that's students coming into our school on certain grades, a 6+. Students also go into a number of different careers. So from aerospace to biology to law to pharmacy. The most common career that our students go into within engineering is mechanical and civil engineering. Because of the great links that we make with our students, as well as the external partners within our businesses and universities, we really stay connected with them, and that is something that will continue to do. Just because you have left our sixth form does not mean you are still part of the AUEA family. We stay connected via LinkedIn. And that's something that we will continue to do with our students going forwards. Students that we are really proud of, that you will see on the screen today, are people that we are still connected with, who still often come into our school and share their experiences with our current students. This is really powerful for our students to see the pathway that they could potentially follow in their footsteps. Now I'm going to move on to the admissions process. Students will need to log in to our platform called Applica. Students will need to start an application, fill in their personal details, and they will need to attach a copy of a Year 10 and a Year 11 school report. If students have a GCSE mock result, then they should also include that information as well. In addition, they will be asked for a personal statement, which will require the student to explain why they think they should have a place at our sixth form. We will also be asking the school for a reference, which can be done electronically with a member of staff at their school. The closing date for applications will be the 28th of February 2026. I encourage all students, internal and external students, to complete their application and hand it in before this date. Once applications have been reviewed, either by myself or by people within my team, I will either invite students in for an interview, or you will be given a conditional offer. That offer will be subject to your grades that you achieve in the summer. Once you have sat your exams, you will then need to enrol into your sixth form. Enrolment will be from August the 20th to the 22nd of August 2026, and more information will be sent out regarding enrolment to the students who are given conditional offers at that time.